what the fuck is going on? What is happening? There's no way that this can be real.
We're live.
Welcome back to another episode of Wisdom, Whiskey, and...
MGP, head to head.
MGP, head to head. What does that mean, Chris?
So, like we've said on a bunch of episodes before, is MGP is a huge company, a very large distilling company that does a lot of releases for like other labels. So, like if you're someone who wants to start your own whiskey brand, then one of the things you can do is go to a bigger distiller and source whiskey from someone else. Ideally, while you're waiting on your own stuff to mature, because whiskey takes years to mature, right? So this is one way to get product out the door, in a quick way, right?
Yeah, interesting. So we've got 5 different companies all sourcing from MGP.
That's right, and in different fashions. One thing with MGP to me is it's fine to source from a bigger distiller to get product out and stuff, because, I mean, you can mix it however you want to, and there's different mash bills to pick. Mm-hmm. But I think what's telling is when a company tries to word things to kind of get around from saying, we don't make this ourselves.
Right.
Like some companies will word things that way, mm-hmm. and I think it's better to just be upfront and, look, we know we sourced this, but we like it, so here, try it.
Absolutely.
I think that's a little bit more honest.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if it's good.
Yeah, right. Because at the end of the day, it's about whether it's good or not, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
So, should we tell the guest that we've recorded this episode already and lost all the footage and we have to redo it? Or should we...
I mean, you just did, so that's fine.
Yeah, but I could edit it out. I think we should. I think we should tell them, and then when we rank all these, we should compare them to our numbers from last week.
That would be a good idea, because something may have changed, right?
Yeah, we'll see how accurate we are to our own taste.
So last week we did this episode, and we got all the audio, but the video part of it cut out after 30 minutes, and we didn't know that happened.
Yes. So we lost about 2 hours worth of the podcast.
Yeah, so we got this fancy mic, but we're still new.
We're still new. Yeah. So we have to redo an episode every once in a while. This is the first time. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. So why don't we go ahead and...
That's why we got the mirror in the back.
Yeah, we put a mirror behind the cameras, guys, so we can make sure they're recording. Because they don't have a red recording light on them.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice. Maybe there's like a adapter that does that.
Probably.
Maybe.
I have no idea.
We should find out. Why don't we go ahead and get started with this thing?
So the way this works is that we've got glasses with labels on them. We don't know what order they're in, but the letters will correspond to one of these 5 bourbons. We're going to rate each one, and then at the end we'll find out which one ranked higher than the other ones.
Rightio. Cheers,
Cheers.
Sir. Very spicy.
That smells good.
Does smell good.
Cherry. A lot of cherry.
Yeah, I'm getting a little oak.
I had brown sugar at first, but I can't find it anymore. Cherry, oak, a little brown sugar.
It smells good, but there's not a lot of diversity.
Molasses, maybe?
Yeah, maybe a little. It's got some sweetness to it. I think we should go ahead and give it a try. Very oaky.
Yeah, you taste the oak. And that sort of molasses smell kind of turns into like a butterscotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like marshmallowy too. Like a toasted marshmallow. Definitely butterscotch. It's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. It's funny because I don't really remember at all last week.
I remember you saying butterscotch a lot.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember
which is which and what was what. Me neither. That shows you how good of a connoisseur we are.
Well, I mean,
we only tried them once, right?
Right, exactly.
This one is actually pretty good. It is pretty good.
It would be funny if, like, because I remember the barrel was the one I didn't like. It'd be funny if this is the barrel. To me, it's kind of bright too.
It's a little bright. It is a little bright, but the spiciness kind of covers up the brightness. The little, I don't know what kind of spice that is, but it's in the back of your throat only. Like
a spicy pepper kind of spice, but like not the same, but like the after effects of the spice.
Yeah. After effects of pepper, but like a butterscotch spicy. Right. Overall, pretty good, pretty solid.
I feel like this is the one that, because I'm getting the Basil Hayden's coming back to me, and one of them I remember tasted like, reminded me a lot of Basil Hayden's, which honestly I'm not a huge fan of, but there's nothing wrong with it.
It's pretty solid overall. It kind of gets weaker. It gets a little weaker the more you sip on it.
Yeah, you kind of get adjusted to everything. It's bright, but there is a little bit of like a waxiness that kind of coats your tongue too.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a waxiness. Before we go ahead and rank this one, why don't you pick one up and describe one of these things for us?
Give a little talk.
Yeah, give a little talk while we taste this a little bit.
So I'll start in the front. So this is Oak and Eden, in bottle finished. So what's unique about Oak and Eden is, like all the bourbons here, they source part or all. In this case, they source all their bourbon from MGP. But what's different about them is their finishing process. So they'll age it, like you do regular bourbon. But then for their finishing, they'll add in this case, an oak stave. I don't know if you can get this on camera, but they throw this piece of oak into the bottle and let it finish in the bottle.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's what's unique about these guys.
Very interesting. You know what it kind of has like a cedar taste to it. And that's kind of what I remember that one tasting like.
Possibly.
I was like, is that really oak in there or is that cedar?
Yeah. Yeah, it's oak. If I go to their website, which I have all of them bookmarked. Bourbon Inspired. Bourbon is pretty perfect. Made from 60% corn, 38% raw, 4% malted barley, aged in charred American white oak barrels like every bourbon is. They honor the tradition of distillation and aging to the letter. After aging, they add a twist and an American oak spire, seasoned and toasted, imparting a sweet, rich flavor, notes of honey, vanilla, and caramel.
I mean, the odds of us, if you picking the one up that we're tasting, is kind of slim, but I'm feeling like
it's a 1 in 5 chance. Whatever percentage it is, I can't math.
It's 20%.
Okay, there you go.
It's got a little bit of like a potpourri flavor.
Really?
I think that's where I'm picking up the cedar. It's strange. I feel like it's getting weaker as I taste it.
I mean, you acclimate to all the sharp stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
And what's left behind is like solid oak or wood.
Yeah, and it's not really charred, really.
No, so like it says in the description, the whiskey itself is done in new oak barrels, but this oak stave here is toasted.
Toasted.
So it's not like.
It doesn't look like it's toasted. What does that even mean? They just stick it in an oven?
Well, so like barrels, they have different char levels.
I don't know if they can see that or not.
Yeah, it's pretty dark, but like there's different char levels.
Right.
And like the lightest char is toasted, and like the heaviest char, I think, is like level 5 or alligator char. And that's where like the barrel is burnt so much that the inside looks like alligator skin.
So this doesn't remind you at all of being in like a sauna? Like the cedar aroma in the sauna?
Maybe a little bit.
Like that dryness that you get in your mouth in the sauna?
And because like it has that bright, like kind of...
Damn, I drank all mine. I'm not going to be able to come back to it.
Bright kind of like flavor to it. It's kind of... That's where you're kind of picking up on that dry part from, right?
Maybe.
Because it tastes so new. It's kind of like, I don't know. Not metallic. It's not the right word.
It's not metallic. It's like metallic but spicy.
I think that's where you might be thinking about like a sauna, because you got the wood, and then it's dry heat, and then that brightness kind of makes you think dry. Right?
Yeah. What do you want to rank this?
When it comes, that brightness is what I don't like about it. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't like Basil Hayden's either. But it's not unpleasant.
Right.
So I think it's a 5.
Mid?
Yeah, I think it's mid.
Okay. That's fair. I think I'm going to give it a 5.7 or
5.65.
I'm going to go 5.7. It's very common, which is why you gave it a 5.
Yeah.
It's very common.
Yeah. That like I said, that light
that brightness
is what kind of takes it from the 6 to a 5.
Yeah, it kind of just makes it seem like if they would have aged it a little longer, we might have a better whiskey here.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe, I guess. But, like, aging it longer, would it over oak it or something?
Yeah, it might pull out that.
Yeah, do more
harm than good.
Maybe. I don't know.
Could.
I'm not a master distiller, so I can't say.
Yeah, we're going to get to that point one day where we actually know a lot more than...
We're going to make our own blend.
Yeah, we'll make our own blend from MGP.
Yeah.
And we'll have another show.
That's what you do.
And we'll blindly rank ours against the others.
Yep.
And that'll be scary.
You'll be like, oh, ours is the best. You should go buy it.
And then we'll rank it the worst. All right, moving on, friends. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to take a sip of water here.
That's probably a good idea. Cleanse the palate.
Mm-hmm. This one smells better. It doesn't smell as sweet. Well, actually.
Darker. It's denser. A little earthy.
It's kind of got that that marker tone to it.
It's hard to smell though. Outside of like, you can smell that it's not as bright. It's darker.
Yeah, I smell more char, I feel like.
My nose is broken. It broke after the first one.
Dang. Oh, spilt it in my lap.
Damn it.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah, maybe. I don't want to say grass, but
it does.
I'm thinking grass.
It's
straw, maybe.
It does smell kind of like something like. Wasn't there one we were saying smelled like Lowe's?
I think
the garden department or something. I feel like we had one
somewhere.
This kind of does give a nod to that.
I'm looking for some sweet stuff like vanilla and brown sugar and.
There's not. There's a little bit of chemical smell to me.
Maybe honey. If you really go in for it.
No honey. Maybe a flower before the nectar is turned into honey.
Yeah, maybe. Try it.
Let's go. Not.
There's the sweetness. There's the vanilla.
I don't know. I don't
Vanilla's
like it.
right there. It's a little bitter.
It's bitter.
There's a vanilla there though.
It's very bitter.
100%. It's definitely not bright like the other one was.
It's very bitter.
That might be coming from the wood tannins.
It doesn't have that greasy tannin feel on your tongue though.
It's got a little bit. It's not as much as some of the other ones that we've had, but there's a little bit. It doesn't come off as dry like the previous one.
It's not as dry, but it makes up for it in bitterness.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure that I care for this one too much.
I think I prefer this one to that one.
Interesting. Very interesting. Huh. I don't know.
Maybe my palate's broken too.
It's kind of off-putting a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The smell kind of eludes you, or it kind of tricks you a little. It doesn't smell at all like it might have. Well, that chemicalness does kind of smell a little bitter.
I think it's better. All right, so when you first take a sip, like, you immediately get the bitter, and then right after that, you get vanilla and a little bit of wax, and then it kind of fades out, and you're left with the bitter.
You know, that's kind of weird. Because when I first taste it, it tastes sweet.
Mm.
And then I taste the bitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm tasting bitter, vanilla, bitter.
Yeah, see, I get the sweet, and then the bitter just takes over.
Yeah, yeah.
It definitely has more body because it coats your tongue. It doesn't leave your palate very quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I don't really like in this case because it doesn't taste too good.
I still think I prefer it to that one. But I don't know if I'm going to give it a 6 or not.
I do not prefer it to that one. So it's going to be going in second place for me. And while we're describing some bourbons, Chris, why don't we go ahead and talk about Redemption here?
So, Redemption, let me pull it up.
Pull it on up. Let me see that bottle for a second.
Should have these ready.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang.
Redemption.
I missed Redemption.
Oh, this is the only rye we have on the table.
This is the only rye we have.
That's my fault for buying the rye on accident instead of the bourbon.
That's okay. So, rye is... So, this particular mash bill is 95% rye, 5% barley. I don't think... I mean, not going to claim to be a rye expert or nothing, but in order to be classified as a rye, you only have to have the majority of the mash bill be rye. So it could be
51%.
It could be 51% rye and 40% corn or something like that. But this one is interesting because it is 95% rye. So that's very high.
So could a rye be 40% rye and then 30-30 two other things?
Has to be 51%.
So
kind of like
so more than half.
Yeah. So kind of like with bourbon, one of the requisites to having bourbon on the label is it has to be 51% corn.
Gotcha.
Anything else it can be in whatever ratio.
Gotcha. All right, I'll go ahead and rank this one first. I'm gonna give it a. I'm just gonna give it a 5. I don't know, but
I'm thinking I'm giving it a 5, but I'm ranking it above the last one, but for different reasons. Like I like the heaviness of it and the dense kind of part of it, and I like that more than I like the bright sort of flavor that you get from whatever this one was before.
So theoretically, it would be a 5.1.
I'm not doing point scales because that's yeah, right.
I gotcha. No worries. The people understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
So you have yours, and what order is yours in? Where's your number 1?
1.
Okay.
2.
So we're going the same as we did last time, backwards
Yes,
with each other. It definitely has some body. You can see it there in the glass.
Yeah, and I think if there's nothing else with it, then that's what I would prefer to have,
Right.
This actually doesn't say high raw here.
92 proof.
Let me see that.
Here you
I
go,
probably
sir.
should have done some more research on this guy.
You should have.
Yeah, right.
The Oak and Eden is 90 proof, by the way.
95% raw. So they have toasted oak, citrus, and mint on this rye.
Mint?
Mint.
Which,
is kind of typical with rye. Like, rye has, like, licorice.
Yeah, like a spearmint more.
Yeah.
I think that's usually what I pick up on.
One a bunch of words. But no details like... Oh, wait. Your first sip of our signature whiskey is more than just a sip. It's a discovery of rye's beautifully complex flavors with a rye content of 95%, well past the 51% required for the category. We've recreated the classic American whiskey that ruled our glasses before Prohibition.
Interesting. And they're just sourcing the shit.
Yeah.
Like they got a story.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, it's fine. It goes a little against what you say.
I mean, a lot. The stories are funny.
The stories are funny because you're like, hey, you got some whiskey I can buy? Yeah, here you go.
The funniest one was the Penelope. It was like, oh, we had a kid, and then we decided to make our own whiskey.
Yeah, what a magical moment.
Yeah, right.
And it just inspired us to just drink more whiskey. Create our own whiskey.
It's got to be BS. No one thinks that.
No, it's BS for sure.
Yeah.
It might not be. It might not
I guess it might not be.
You come from a wealthy family.
That's exactly what I envisioned in my head. It was like you're already in a wealthy family, and it's like, we're gonna start our own whiskey, and like, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Penelope kind of seems like a
Dad,
wealthy daughter's name.
Yeah, give me a small loan of $1 million.
We'll take it from the Whiskey Foundation.
Uh,
All right, let's move on. Cheers again.
Cheers. This one smells better.
Another swig of water.
Butterscotch. Honey.
I'm definitely getting the honey. The butterscotch, not so much.
Butterscotch, honey.
I'm definitely getting the
Oak.
The oak, the dry oak, like sawdust.
It's a thicker sweet too.
It's got some body to it. This is one of those ones that smells good in the glass when it dries.
Yeah, probably. I hate to say it, what about bubblegum? No?
Mm-mm. Actually,
I said
it's
it.
one of those things. Yeah, one of those damn things when you say it. It's like the powder on bubblegum.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking. Like double bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the bubblegum, but like smelling the stick of gum.
Yeah. Dusty sugar first, and then just a little bit of the actual gum part. You all right?
Yeah, I got like a tickle in my nose.
It'll do it to you. The bubble gum.
It does have a very mellow. It has a mellow tone.
It's not as spiky.
Right.
At least on the nose.
No, it seems like it's going to be very good. In our experience, sometimes the better smelling ones are not good.
Yeah.
And the ones that smell like ass are good.
I think from what we've done so far, most of the time, if it's going to be bad, it's good on the nose and then tastes bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of rare for it to smell bad and then taste good. Like I think we have done one where it was like that.
It smelled terrible and it was good.
Yeah, it was more. That's more rare than.
I wish we would have more than just the ranking scale. Like we need to start adding notes. I mean, if we actually could remember the ones that had that bad smell but taste good, and all, we should like have a little marker for that on there. All right, let's go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Kind of tastes weedy.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
Earthy. That honey's on the taste too.
Kind of bland.
I don't know. Try it again. I don't think it's bland. Taste oak in this one too.
Yeah, it's more oak than anything. It's kind of like you just bit into a piece of oak.
Piece of oak with honey on it.
Yeah.
Very sweet honey.
Man, I'm not getting a whole lot.
And like between like this one was hardly any wax. This one was a little bit more. This is even more waxy.
Full wax.
Like coating your tongue.
I feel like the waxier they are, maybe the less I'm able to pick up from them.
Maybe. I usually prefer that. I'd rather have that waxy feel than have like a draw feel.
I kind of prefer like the spicy but smooth.
A little metallic taste on there.
This one kind of is spicy. It does have a little spice.
For spice, I'm picking up on that cherry flavored cough syrup a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like just a little bit. It's not overwhelming.
It's the bite.
Yeah.
The bite that cough syrup has. The
bite and then the, like after you kind of when you breathe and like the air goes over your tongue, it's got, I don't want to say
cooling
sensation. Like a cooling, yeah, right.
Menthol.
Like a menthol.
That's because it coats your tongue.
Yeah. A little bit of metallic to it.
I'm not really caring for this one.
Really?
I don't remember one tasting like this, which is odd.
I remember the one that we tried that came out on top, and I'm looking for it. I'm kind of worried that
haven't found it? Your palate's broken?
Right. I do like it though.
Do you know what I'm noticing though? Is the similarity between these. Last time they kind of stood out a little on their own. Yeah. This time they're kind of meshing together a little.
I mean, these bottles at this point are only about a week old off the shelf. They've only been open for like a week.
Yeah. Do you think it made that big of a difference?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Because they kind of all seem to have mellowed out quite a bit.
Yeah, I would not have thought that what little bit that we
And you don't think
drank on last episode, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Like, I think normally, like, when it gets down here is when you kind of start tasting.
That's really interesting. That's really interesting because they really are kind of all melding together.
I think a lot of it just happens to be like, like before I came over today, I had a spicy chicken sandwich from Bojangles, and like
I haven't eaten anything today.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Did you eat anything last time? Like
no.
last Monday? No. So I mean that could have affected things, right?
Ooh, I don't know. I got a little more sweetness there. What is that sweetness? It's hard to tell.
What are you sweetness? Yeah, the sweetness for me is honey and cherry flavored cough syrup.
Oh, last time I think we were talking about those alcoholic cherries.
Yeah.
Not the bright red ones, but the dark red ones.
Yes. Yep.
That's
one of these was like that.
I think it was this one. I don't know which one it was, but I think it, because I can taste that because it's sweet, but it's not really sweet.
Yeah.
Like kind of like cough syrup.
Yeah.
It's a little sweet, but then you're like.
It's sweet, but then it has that aftertaste.
We might have to take a class.
Sommelier class. It's only like $3,000.
That's it.
You gotta fly yourself to Texas.
Fly yourself?
Yep.
God damn. So you're putting this number 1?
I think it's a 6.
Interesting. Well,
I know it feels like every one I try is better than the last, but like I can genuinely taste the differences between these, and I think this one's better.
Son of a bitch. Either my palate's broken or this just isn't very good to me.
Can you give it a 4?
I don't want to go that low. Damn. I'm going to give it a... I feel like I'm ranking way lower. I feel like I'm going way lower. Yeah.
When we did this last week, I was in the 5-6 kind of range.
Yeah, I'm going to go slightly below mid. I'm going to go 4.7.
Really? So you didn't like it at all?
I mean, it's just not...
Or not at all. I shouldn't say at all.
It's not terrible. It's just I don't
like it.
I don't want to drink any more of it.
The next bottle we have is bourbon, barrel bourbon. This is the private release. So this was a store pick from the Greensboro ABC store. And what's different about this one is that they've blended from 3 distilleries. So this is a blend of Tennessee whiskey, probably not Jack Daniels, but maybe George Dickel. There's a Kentucky whiskey in here, which could be anything, and then there's Indiana whiskey, which is MGP. Right?
Yeah. So is that like a sacrilege to mix 3 state bourbons together? What would bourbon drinkers think of that?
I mean, what's the difference between Tennessee whiskey and bourbon anyway, right? It's the Tennessee process, the charcoal filter,
Yeah.
Like they age it. It's bourbon, like it is from Kentucky, except they send it through a charcoal filter to do their process.
Yeah, it's interesting though.
It's the only difference between the two, and I think it's a law now where it has to be from Tennessee to be called Tennessee whiskey. It's not like Texas Pete.
Yeah.
Like, Texas Pete isn't from Texas.
Right. But Pete is from Texas. He's the one that made it. He's Texas Pete, and he made his hot sauce.
It's from North Carolina. It's from Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
But, Pete came from Texas to make it here.
I think it has to do with, like, the 50s or something. Like cowboys and Indians, and that was a big thing, right?
Yeah. They lost that lawsuit.
Yeah.
Or they won. The people that sued him lost.
Texas
Pete won.
Yeah, Texas Pete won. The other thing with this one is that 55% of this blend is 5 years old, 5% 7 years old, 20% is 10 years, and 20% of this bottle supposedly is 17-year-old whiskey. I'm
hoping we haven't tried that one yet, because I feel like I can pick out some 17-year-old whiskey. Maybe I'm wrong?
I mean, 17-year-old bourbon to me sounds like it might be really over-oaked, possibly.
I don't know. I feel like the mellowness comes out. You still get all that flavor, but it's real mellow.
I don't know. I would assume that it'd come out bitter, but I guess it depends on where you're storing the barrel at in the warehouse.
Yeah, I feel like that you lose a lot of that bitterness the longer it's aged.
Yeah, I think it's a warmer climate than Scotland, right?
Yeah.
So like Scottish, like you remember how light Ardbeg was? It was like not at all any of these colors. You know, there's
Right.
this one's probably 4 years old. It's either 2 or 4 years old. This one and that 10-year-old Scotch is way lighter than any of these.
Right. It is.
Something else with the store picks is this is bottle number 167 and the blend is D43R. I couldn't find that blend on the website, but depending on where you're at, your experience may be a little different.
Could be different.
Could be.
Could be.
Yes.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe exactly the same.
5% difference.
Next whiskey.
Ooh, that's very bright. Very young, very bright.
Is our palates broken or are they getting worse?
No, I mean, we're picking it out.
This one's going to taste good.
It's definitely different.
It's going to taste good.
Pickle? You smell pickle?
Yeah, I smell pickle.
Yeah.
It's like not dill pickle though. It's just like, it's hard to explain.
No.
It's like the pickling process.
What if it's like a dill pickle chip? Like potato chip?
It doesn't quite have that zest.
Yeah.
I definitely pick up on the pickling. Like if you were to smell a pickled pig foot.
Pickled pig foot. Maybe a tongue depressor. Or a popsicle stick.
This one does not quite have the body the last one had. It does have a little bit though. It does. It smells refreshing in a way.
That's because it's lighter.
It smells a little greasy.
Oh yeah.
I'm picking up on some greasy.
It's hard to get past the pickle. The pickle is overwhelming. Pickle and a fresh wooden tongue depressor.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I picked up on pickle on one time and you didn't.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I don't remember which one though.
Do you think it's burned into your brain and now you remember the pickle?
I mean, I didn't get pickle in anything else, so I guess probably not.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Different than all the rest.
Yeah, definitely different. Bubblegum.
If I had to guess, I'd say this one was the rye.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Bubblegum, maybe like mouthwash.
Yeah.
Spearmint, mint.
Spearmint mouthwash. Watered down.
Yeah.
Pretty smooth though.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
It's well done.
It's very smooth.
As far as like what I've been saying with the wax and the kind of brighter ones and the waxy ones, or dry versus wax, this is like in the middle.
Yeah, it's wet.
Yeah.
It's wetter.
It doesn't coat your tongue like this one.
It doesn't coat your tongue at all.
But it's not dry like this other one, like the last one I have.
This might be my number one so far.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't really have a whole lot of depth to it. But what it's doing is doing really well. Because it's not dry. It's not bitter. It's not overly sweet.
On the exhale, you get the wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's better. It's a better quality wood. It's not that dried sawdust wood.
Yeah,
it's
better on the palate than it is on the nose.
It is.
This is one of those.
Yeah. The only reason I'm guessing it's the rye is because of how different it is from the other ones.
It's way different than the other ones.
It almost has a, when you chew on a piece of straw, like not a straw you drink with, but like out in the country,
right? Gotcha.
It kind of like has like
a
that.
Farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of has that.
I can't recall.
Like a soggy straw.
I don't have a reference for that.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, like I've done that, but I was
you just can't remember?
6.
Can't remember.
Right.
Definitely got the honey. The more I sip into it, I can taste some honey. It's like a watered down honey, a watered down mouthwash. Overall, it's kind of watered down, but I still think it's better than the other ones.
Yeah.
If it had a little more body, I think it would hold on better. It would hold up better, the flavor.
Like if it was waxier.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily call that wax. Because some of them got some body, but they don't.
Oil?
coat your tongue.
Maybe oil's better.
Oily, greasy.
Yeah. It's hard for me to get anything outside of like the spearmint.
It kind of is. It kind of
like if it's the raw, then I'm looking for some licorice, but
I feel like I'm gonna burp mouthwash flavor after drinking this. The more I drink it, though, the better it smells.
Still think there's a little chewing gum in there though. Like I got it at first, and then we started talking, and it kind of went away, and that last sip I took, I got a little bit of chewing gum there too.
You know, like the other one, you said bubble gum, smell like kind of like powdery bubble gum.
Yeah.
If you were gonna say chewing gum with this, it kind of reminds me of like an old piece of gum.
Yeah, it's lost its flavor.
It's lost its flavor, but
it's still there. There's still a taste there. It's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just old gum.
Out. You know what? I like it, but I don't like it as much as this one.
It's hard for me to judge this one. I wish my number one still had some left in the glass.
Because you don't remember what it was.
Ooh.
Oh, there it is.
Oh. Nope.
Nope.
New number 2. This is my number 1. I wish this had a little more to give. There's more there. Is this a good water one?
Possibly. We got the dropper?
No. Who knows where the fuck that thing is? All right. That's my new number 1, but I'm still not going to rank it very high. I have not been pleasantly surprised yet this episode.
Really?
No, and I feel like last episode, maybe the order that they're in is just off.
Stone it off, it's possible.
Maybe the order we had them in last time was perfect. Because I remember it being really, there was some good ones and some...
Not so good ones.
Yeah, but it was like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
This time I feel like we're just like, or maybe we're still going to the top.
For me, it's kind of like start at the bottom and we kind of going up a little bit.
You think we're like still,
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm praying that is the one we chose as the highest one last time.
Yep.
Because I have not yet found that.
Yep. I definitely think that I'm in a different order than last time.
It's terrible. It's not happy. I'm not appreciative of MGP at this moment. I'm really not. I'm wishing they had more to bring to the table.
Yeah.
And I think these guys were too when they threw in this spiral. What's it called? A spiral?
Yeah.
Spire.
I
think they got it, and they're like, "Oh, if it just had a little more, we'll throw a spire in the bottle."
Like I picked this one as my number 2 last time. Like I like that one.
So what they did with the spire worked.
Apparently.
All right. What are you gonna rank this bad boy? Where did I put it? Number 1. This is Quattro.
I put it in 2, so that to me says 6. I like it. It was good.
6.
I think it's the rye, like we were saying, and it's well done.
Yeah, I think it's the rye too. I'm actually gonna give it a 6 also. But it's crazy to me that my number 1 pick out so far is only a 6.
I think that's where we were last time.
Damn.
Did we do it? I don't remember.
I have the numbers here. I'm not looking at them.
Don't look
I have
at
them.
yet, but I feel like the number 1 may have been a 7.
Only a 7?
Yeah.
I feel like I went higher with it.
I think you did maybe a 7 point something.
What you got there? Old Scout?
So we've got Smooth Ambler, Old Scout. And this is a straight bourbon done by MGP, 99 proof. Mash bill, 60% corn, 36% raw, 4% malted barley. One of the things I like about Smooth Ambler is that they tell you right on the bottle. Let's see.
We got this shit from somewhere else.
Yep, it's done in West Virginia. Let's see. So we don't make Old Scout, we procure it. That's never been a secret and isn't now. I think it's a cause for celebration. We find something delicious that we can make better. Consider this bottle your invitation to celebrate with us. It says right on the label, hey, we get this from somewhere.
How do they make it better?
Age it, keep it.
We find something good and we make it better.
Yeah, that is what it is.
That would be a good job to have, just finding something good.
Just go and try a bunch of whiskeys and be like, yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Better than trying to make your own, right?
I mean, I would think that they would tell you if they were doing any kind of like blending. themselves. It doesn't say it, so I'm assuming that means that they're just
aging it.
getting it straight from MGP and then bottling it.
Well, that doesn't mean they're making it better then.
It's true.
What are they doing to make it better?
Picking it out.
Damn it. They still got a story behind their story. Fuckers. I still like that they say it's never been a secret.
Yeah.
Like somebody called them out.
Right.
Nah, bitch, it ain't ever been a secret.
Yeah, I mean, I
or was it a secret?
It could have been. They could have got called out.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it.
Yeah. We don't know. I wish we could find a bottle of one of their original bottles.
And then, like, on the back it says, like, we made this ourselves.
Yeah, we got to start keeping every bottle we have.
Bottled by.
We got to start keeping all the empty bottles just so 10 years from now we can look back at the story on the bottle. Really see how much it's changed.
Yeah, the other thing is, like, when, especially with whiskey getting more popular and, like, a lot of your companies running out of the old stocks. And, you know, it takes a long time to replenish the old stuff. And, like, how they may change things in order to satisfy demand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, whenever... I mean, the Wild Turkey's good, like I said, on every episode. But they changed the bottle. And it kind of makes you wonder if, like, maybe they changed the mash bill or changed the blend a little bit.
I mean, yeah, you wouldn't think so. You would think...
Yeah.
You would think they would have to keep it
same. Or like, the Bowman Brothers, like, when I got this maybe 3 or 4 years ago, like, that was... I remember this being really good.
Right.
And then when we tried it, it was mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I mean, yeah, they can, you know, if you're a large distillery like a Jack Daniels or Jim Beam, there's like, you know, this is our flavor. It's got to be this. Mm-hmm. But you're still mixing multiple barrels together to make that flavor profile.
Yeah.
So it's up to whoever's doing the master distiller, right?
Always. And it could always come down to the oak.
Yeah.
You can never guarantee that one oak tree tastes like another.
And that's the reason why they blend for multiple barrels.
Yeah.
So they're like, this is what we're going for.
Right.
And we're going to mix until we get there.
All right, Chris. Let's go for it. Cheers, my brother. Very dry.
I wouldn't say dry. I would say dusty.
I was gonna say dusty, and I said dry instead.
Corn dust.
Yeah, like you're behind the crop machine that's like plucking the corn from the ground, and the dusty cloud is behind it.
Brown sugar?
Light brown sugar.
Yeah, light.
The episode that we lost is probably going to be better than this one. Because I just feel like I appreciated it a lot more.
Well, what we could do is, since we've got all the audio, we could just
dub it like a Japanese movie.
Right.
It's good.
Totally out of sync.
Oh my gosh, we could. People are gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Ooh, it does have some depth. Yeah. It's got some depth that's hard to get to. I feel like there's something there. I can't quite get to it. It's a little earthy too, though.
Yeah. Corn dust, dirt.
Man, there's something there I can't explain.
Tea?
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, tea.
It's like
It's like
dry tea.
Yeah.
You're smelling the tea before it's steeped.
Like black tea.
Yeah. A dry tea leaf.
Yep.
All right, let's taste this thing. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be that Joseph Mangus.
This is the best one so far.
Yeah.
I remember the Mangus having a lot more depth though.
And this one does.
It does have a lot of depth.
There's a lot of depth. You get the tea.
Caramel. Burnt caramel.
Yeah.
Toasted caramel.
Yep.
Dry tea. You still get that dusty corn.
That dusty corn for me is on the finish.
Mm-hmm. It's like you're walking behind the fucking tractor and you want to cough because it's so goddamn dusty. But at the same time, you've got a nice aroma.
You could also say like ash.
Ooh. I definitely do taste the ash, but it has more. It has more flavor. It's got a lot of depth.
There's a lot going on here.
You know what? And it doesn't seem to...
It doesn't really coat your tongue like you would.
It doesn't seem to have a ton of body.
Yeah.
It's got a little. It's got legs.
You would think that by the look of it and the taste of it, that it would have a lot of like oil to it. And it does more than some other ones, but it's not heavy-handed.
No, it's more like you're tasting the tannins, but they're not overpowering. It's like if you were to lick a piece of wood that had dried tannins on it.
Yeah, this is really good.
This is the best one.
Yeah.
If this isn't the Mangus...
This definitely is.
Or the Magnus... Is it Magnus or Mangus?
I thought it was Mangus.
It's Magnus.
Is it?
Yeah.
Messed up.
And you haven't talked about this one yet, right?
No.
And this is actually my favorite bottle, too. It's got like this nice fancy neck on it.
Fancy.
Yeah. I really do like I hate the label, but I love the bottle.
I like the label.
The label's just a little too gothic.
I like it.
Yeah.
It looks like Great Gatsby, kind of like...
It does have that, but it's a little more gothic.
Like Art Deco.
It's not quite Art Deco enough.
Uh,
I do love the crest on the back of the bottle. There is
Yeah.
a crest. And it's the same crest that's on the front of the bottle on the label. This is established in 1892.
Well, remember, it wasn't actually established.
And it was reestablished in 2015.
Yes.
So, triple cast finished. Chris?
Yep.
100 proof.
So, where was it?
Exactly half of what we're drinking is alcohol. Or if we're even drinking this one. What if we're so backwards? This one is so much better than the rest, it's not even a comparison. So what are they doing different? What are they doing different with their MGP?
Let's see. So, they got the triple cask finish. Let's see.
Now, what does that mean?
So, in this case, what they do is...
Tell me what it means when it's triple cast finished, but it's from MGP. What does that mean exactly?
So, what they do is they have sherry, cognac...
That's what I forgot. Straight bourbon whiskey finished in sherry and cognac cask. After the oak.
Yeah.
So they get it from MGP, they throw it in a sherry barrel, and then they throw it in a cognac barrel after.
Unless I'm wrong here, it's like, yeah, they move it into basically three different barrels before everything was said and done.
It's got to be this one.
So it's like it's aged in the barrel, moved into a sherry.
Okay, guys.
Moved into a cognac.
If you're going to source your bourbon from MGP or any distillery, what you do with it afterwards is very important.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could throw a stave or a spire in your bottle.
Be inspired.
You could... I mean...
Have a rye.
You could
just buy straight.
Actually, none of the other ones have done anything. That's why they're all the same. Barrel has mixed three or four aged. Four different aged whiskeys, but they're all from MGP.
No, this one is Tennessee.
Oh, the Tennessee, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Okay, so that may make it interesting, but it's not nearly as interesting as this. Not unless this is that. What the fuck? This could be this.
I would think that most companies, when you say triple cask, they would take the whiskey, have some of it in this barrel.
Yeah, throw 3 barrels together.
And they age it separately. Then they put it into a third barrel and have it marry.
But that's not the way that this works.
Yeah, my understanding is that it's
starts in oak.
Separate barrels.
They drain the oak barrel. They fill a sherry barrel. They let it age.
Yep.
They drain it again and fill a cognac barrel. If this is not that, I'm going to be very surprised. But this is way better than all the rest.
Yeah, it's head and shoulders above the rest.
Head and shoulders. And you've barely even tried any of yours. I've almost emptied all of mine.
That's because I saved room to be able to go back and make sure.
Oh. I can really appreciate this one.
That one is the best one.
I can really appreciate it. Out of all the whiskeys on the table, I would say throw them all away and just buy another bottle of this. Because there's no point in going back to the other ones.
We have a wide price range in here too.
Oh man, last time our episode was so good.
Yeah,
We
was
really
on point.
gave the details.
So like the cheapest bottle we have is the Smooth Ambler. It was like the $30 or so price range.
I had the receipt here.
And the most expensive was the Joseph Mangus, and it was like $100 like on sale. And
typically up $130.
Yeah.
On sale for $99.
Yeah.
There was one that was $79.
The barrel bourbon was like $80, so maybe $70.
Okay.
The Eden and Oak was $55, and I don't know.
Redemption was the second cheapest, $54.
So. Yeah, that sounds about right.
And how much was the old Scout?
32,
30,
yeah, something like that, in the 30s.
So
of course, prices are local.
All right, yeah. So we got $100 difference between these two bottles, theoretically, if this wasn't on sale.
Yeah, yep. At least Greensboro, North Carolina prices.
Yeah, now that you bring up the price, that does make a good point. Because if you're going to spend $130 on this if it's not on sale, and you can buy 5 bottles of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I would rather...
Price isn't necessarily an indication
of goodness. But in this case, it might be.
It's true. I believe it is.
I believe this is... I hope it is. I hope we're right.
I'm not...
We could be so far fucking wrong. We've done it before. I picked Aristocrat one time as a...
This is true. Yeah, normally I pick, what can I say? The most expensive one, to me, I usually, give a side eye, is it really worth the price,
It all goes back to the Wild Turkey 101, in my opinion, every time.
Because it's hard to beat.
It's $30-something dollars.
It's $30.
And it's one of the best ranking whiskeys we've ever tried.
Yeah.
By far. All of us.
And honestly, for $15, you can get Evan Williams bottled in bond, and it's not,
$15?
Not too far away.
God damn, that shit's cheap.
Yeah.
All right, what are you going to rank this?
I'm giving it a 7.
Damn, only a 7.
Yep. It's really good, but it doesn't feel like it's better than a 7.
I'm going to go ahead and say you gave... Oh, you're going to compare it to the Evan Williams then?
Yeah.
I think it's a little better than the Evan Williams, but I don't think it's as good as the Wild Turkey. But I'm going to give this thing a solid 7.7.
I think that little spikiness kind of makes it not as good as it, or about as around the Evan Williams, right?
Because you don't like the spike.
It keeps it away from being above a 7.
Oh, you gave it a 7.
Yeah, keeps it from being an 8
or
above a 7.
I gave it a 7.7.
Yeah,
I think that's a fair score.
That's fair.
It's a little high.
I feel 7 is pretty solid. Okay. I mean, you do the point scale, so.
So since we've already done all the points.
Yep.
Do you think we should go ahead and decipher which is which?
Yeah.
And tell the crowd?
Yeah. So we start from the bottom, right?
We'll start from the bottom. So
we are still recording, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My lowest ranked is a 4.7. And that's O.
What was O?
My lowest ranking was...
Mangus? Was it really? No way.
Yeah, it was.
No way.
Yeah, it was.
No.
Dude.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Are you kidding me? And this was my highest rank last time.
Oh my god.
And now it's the lowest.
Maybe you are broken.
I'm fucking broken. Oh my god. That's incredible. That is incredible.
No, which way did you go?
Huh?
I thought you were going in the opposite direction.
I am.
Oh.
My lowest ranking. I'm gonna go back to it real quick.
Wait.
Dude.
Oh yeah, so
how?
Okay, yeah.
How? No way. No fucking way. Okay, you're low. You have 2 low rankings. B and I.
Well, so the one that's last on the list here is B.
Okay. So B, Oak and Eden.
Oh wow, that was like 2. I was like between 2 and 3 last time we did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's gotta be because the bottles are open. You think?
It's the only difference.
I'm not this. I could swear was that.
It'd be funny if it's number 1. For you.
I mean, who knows?
But we were saying like the same thing on this one. Like we were like kind of in agreement.
So your second to last was 1 or I? Old Scout.
Second to last was I.
Old Scout.
Old Scout.
So what is an ambler, Chris? What is an ambler?
I guess it has something to do with a horse. Maybe it's someone that ambles around. Like just an ambler.
I'm just ambling.
Lord, I was born an ambler man.
So, okay. And my second to last was Old Scout.
Okay. So we're
yeah.
Yeah, we're right there.
I am really
That's crazy.
I'm feeling some type of way.
That's so crazy.
I'm feeling some type of way.
We
We both
That's hilarious.
picked this as number 1 last time.
Yeah, I could have swore it was the one on the end too.
Okay. So our let's see. Our third places, you also have 2 number 6s. So you have to give me which one you have first.
4 or no 8.
That's a 4.
It's a 4.
Yeah.
Okay, 4.
That would be the redemption. That's the rye.
Yeah, I thought so. Yep.
Okay. Mine is Oak and Eden. That's my third place.
That was your third place.
That was your...
That was my last place.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that ranking pretty low for me last time too.
It was.
We'll compare.
Yeah.
Because I do have those notes.
I was between 2 and 3 last time we did it on the Oak and Eden.
So my second place is the redemption.
Okay.
My second place. And
Yeah.
I think we called that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, they were pretty close.
We called the rye on that one.
We did, and they were pretty close. Like 2 and 3 again, like we're neck and neck.
You're number 2? Mine was the rye. Yours was the Joseph Mangus.
Okay.
So you didn't rank it number 1 either.
No, it was number 2. That means barrel's number 1.
For both of us.
Yeah.
That's that 17-year bourbon. That's what we were picking up on.
It must be. It's definitely better than... Because I ranked this fairly low.
You picked M number 1, and I picked M number 1.
Yeah.
You ranked it a 7. I ranked it a 7.7.
Yeah.
All right. If you'll give me just a little bit more in that glass, Chris, because I would like to decipher this a little better.
This one?
Yes. That's my number 1. I'm really, really at odds with myself that my number 1 is now my last place. How is that possible?
It's a different day.
It's not fair. That's not true. Just because it's a different day doesn't mean it's right.
I mean, I'm pretty happy with ranking at number 2.
I think your ranking is fairly similar to your ranking last time, but we'll see.
I think this one was lower last time.
Did you pick that last?
Oh,
it's so good.
I don't think it was last, but it was it was one probably here, I think. Like next to last.
What am I missing on the Mangus?
It's even better after it's kind of set.
Or the Magnus. What am I missing on the Magnus? It's just not there like it was last time. There's no way that's because the bottle's open. I'm actually okay with picking barrel as my number 1 because it has that 17-year bourbon in that. And I think that's kind of the complexity that's there. It's got so many different age statements. We've got 4 age statements here.
Yeah. Joseph Mangus is definitely number 2. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to dive back into what we said last week. Okay, so Joseph Mangus. You gave Joseph Mangus a 9 last time.
Man, that was way... what happened last time?
I gave it an 8.
I'm remembering it now.
You gave it a 9.
We were talking about it like Heaven's Door. That's kind of what we were comparing.
I gave it a 4.7. And last week I gave it a fucking 8. You gave it a 9. And this week you gave it a 6.
Yeah.
What were we tripping last week?
I think what we're learning is that these rankings don't mean a whole lot because they can change
Is
from
it-
week to week.
Are we learning that, or are we learning that once you crack a bottle open, it really changes everything? Could it be that big of a difference that once you crack a bottle open, it really changes everything? You really want to?
You can test that.
I will test it.
You can test that.
I'll
theory.
take it. I'll test it. You know what? I'll do it. I'll take a swig of it. Give it here.
Test the theory.
I will test it. This is my highest ranked bourbon.
That bottle is about half empty.
This is my highest ranked bourbon on the list. This is your highest ranked bourbon on the list. This is Danny's high. This is literally the highest ranked bourbon we've ever tested on the show.
Everyone loves Wild Turkey.
It's the highest ranked bourbon on the show.
If the air is the part that makes it different, then yeah. There's about as much of that gone as there is in Joseph Mangus. Maybe a little less.
No, it's still the best.
Yeah.
It's still the best, but you know what? It is a little bit. It's a little bit deflated.
A little subdued.
It is. I think you'll be able to tell too. I think maybe cracking a fresh bottle it is something different. It's a little subdued.
It is. It's still really good.
It's got that incredible flavor. Man.
It's still good, but it's yeah, you're right. Everything that was good about it is turned down.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if you're gonna buy whiskey, drink the whole bottle. When you go for it.
Right? Right?
Because otherwise you're gonna lose it.
Why does it lose? What would? There's no way the oxidation. There's no way that.
I mean, I definitely put these corks in all the way.
Something's happening here.
What if there's a difference between like is the Evan Williams different? You know, because it's got a screw cap versus like a quart.
I think it's really just once you break that seal,
Yeah.
it changes everything.
Let's air in.
All right, so our lowest ranked. Mine was the Joseph. I ranked it at 8, and I ranked it at 4.7. Your lowest ranking was a B.
Yeah.
Was Oak and Eden.
It was 5.
Last time you ranked Oak and Eden.
6.
7.
Oh really? 7. Oh wow.
My number 1, I picked Barrel. Last time I ranked Barrel. 7. This time I ranked it 7.7.
Yeah.
That's not terribly different. And this time you ranked it a 7.
Yeah.
Last time you ranked Barrel 6.
Okay.
No, 5.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You ranked it a 5.
I thought I ranked it pretty low.
I remember the last time my ranking system was really fucked up. Like
Yeah.
I wrote this shit down wrong and it was fucked up. You ranked it a 5. It was your last place.
That's what I thought.
It was your last
Now it's
fucking
number 1.
place.
Yep.
And now he's number 1.
Now it's number
We're
1.
the same.
Yeah.
My number 1 last time is now my last place. Your last place last time is now your number 1.
This is true.
What the fuck is going on? What is happening? There's no way that this can be real.
Well, since we did tried to do the episode last week, we had a solar flare.
The solar flare is what knocked our cameras out.
Maybe that's what it was.
That's what people are telling me. Because
Yeah.
both of the cameras died at 37 minutes. One phone died
true.
and one camera stopped recording
Man.
at 37 minutes.
And that's the only time it's happened.
Ever.
We've done like 13
14
or 14
episodes.
episodes now.
And it's the only time it's ever happened. So you think the solar flare dictated our taste
It
buds?
affected the whiskey.
Both of us picked the exact opposites first and last. How that's even less rare than 20% of 1 out of 5. That's that's like 1 in a million. For both of us to pick the exact opposites for first and last place.
I don't know what the likelihood
I'll do the math and I'll put it on the screen right here, but it's way less than 20. It's like 1%.
I do know that, taste buds change, what you had to eat throughout the day, drink, all that stuff. It all has an effect, including cracking open the cork. But
do you think us talking about it while we're tasting it has that much of an effect on each other?
I think so.
Really? Try it again. Try the barrel.
I did. It's still good.
Better than the rest by far. All right, I need just another tiny bit of the Magnus because
You kind of wrap your head around it.
I do have to wrap my head around it.
Why is this last?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this one, I could swear, was in cognac barrels.
That'd be the age statements, man. Maybe they finally married and became one whiskey.
This one smells really good. It does smell
Now
good.
you're trying to like make up for it. Oh, actually.
I dove such into depth last week over this one, and I'm just not finding it. There's no way that the oxidation could do that much damage. There's no way.
Still smells good to me. Like I said, I picked it as number 2, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, of course you are. I feel bad. I wanted Magnus on the shelf. I wanted it on the top shelf.
So, you ranked Smooth Ambler, $30 bottle of whiskey, higher than a $130 bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, but I did rank the Smooth Ambler number 4, second to last.
Yeah, that's true.
Just barely above the Magnus, which I feel like changing it now, but I can't do that.
Oh, now you know what it is.
No, I still rank it higher.
Really?
Yeah, I still rank it higher. What the hell is going on, guys? What kind of whiskey show are we running here? People are watching this like, who the I don't know what to trust.
I mean, we're keeping it real.
Yeah, we're keeping it real.
This is how it is.
This is how it is. We don't know what the fuck's going on.
This is how we're calling it.
We don't know anything about whiskey, apparently. Just a little. We're scratching the surface.
Yeah.
We've got 100 fucking bottles behind us already.
We have a ton 30. Of bottles, yeah.
We've really been killing it. I had a friend over the other day that came in here and she was like, damn, you've tried all those whiskeys already? It's like, yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
We're killing it.
Yeah.
And this next week we're gonna have more.
Oh man, what's on the show for next week?
I don't know, Chris, but we have to change our setup because we can't fit any more whiskey on this table.
Sure we can.
Not a whole lot.
I mean, you've got empty bottles up there too.
All right.
So our next episode is Rockstar whiskey.
Yeah.
We're gonna be having Jameson and Jack Daniels in.
Far less exciting.
Yep.
To me. Far less exciting.
To be honest with you, I don't remember what regular Jameson tastes like.
It's gross.
Is it?
I don't like Jameson. I don't. Can we do it? Can we do an upgraded Jameson? Can't, can we? Can't.
I mean, you can.
You can't. Not for Rockstar.
Yeah.
They're gonna drink the house shit.
Yeah,
Jack Daniels house whiskey.
It's true.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yep.
Ugh. I gag thinking about it.
I'm not a Jack Daniels fan.
Me neither. Out of all of the whiskeys that you could drink, Jack Daniels and Jim Beam are like my 2 least favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Jim Beam's not bad.
I just don't like it.
I mean,
it's so bitter.
I don't think it's better.
You don't think so?
Not Jim Beam.
We haven't had it on the show.
We haven't.
Okay.
Regular Jim Beam. What you can say about regular Jim Beam is that there's not much there.
No.
But it's not bad.
Yeah, it's like watered down bitterness.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Jack Daniels is.
Jack Daniels is puke.
Is more bitter.
Yeah. Jack Daniels is throw up. It tastes like throw up. Maybe it's because the only time I ever threw up on whiskey was Jack Daniels.
That's probably what it is.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, their single barrel is really good though.
A Jack and Coke is easy to drink. But who the fuck... You can't drink it by itself.
No, but I was saying the single barrel is really good.
Yeah, but nobody drinks that. Nobody has a Jack Daniels single barrel on Coke.
That's because it's expensive.
How expensive? $35?
$55.
$55? Oh, okay, Jack Daniels. You got something a little more pricey than I thought.
And the bottle and bond is good too.
And how much is that?
$35.
Cheap. And that's cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good though. Old number 7, it's not good. I agree with you.
No.
But like all the other ones, the bottle and bond is good. Single barrel's good. And was it the single barrel select or whatever? Those 3 are really good. Gentleman Jack's fine, I guess. Have you had Gentleman Jack?
I think we've had it together before, but it's a long time ago.
It's fine.
Nothing special.
Yeah, nothing too special. And the rye is disgusting. The Jack Daniels rye is nasty.
My only thing is, when we put our scores on the board, what do we do? because we have two completely different scores from this week and last week.
Well, you're gonna have to go with what we did now.
Why? Why is it more important than what we did last week? Because the people see it?
Yeah, the people see it.
What if we average the scores? No, we can't, can we?
No.
But the bottles are all open. Last week we had 5 fresh popped bottles. What's more important, the fresh pop bottles or going back into it?
Honestly, for the regular person out there, probably the...
fresh pop bottle.
No.
Going back into it?
Back into
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Because you could be like, oh, this is really good. And then you like come back to it in a week. It's like, oh, what happened to this?
That's what happened.
Yeah. I mean...
But if you drink... It's like you're saying. Okay, so think about it like this. If you got the poker tournament going on.
Yep.
You pop a fresh bottle. The bottle's gone. Everybody loved it.
That's different.
Yeah, but if you're drinking by yourself and next week you go back into it and you're like, oh, this isn't what I remember.
I think it depends on who you are, right? So, like, if you're the type of person that likes to drink a glass of whiskey at night, by yourself.
Do you see that in the mirror?
Oh, yeah, I do see it.
What does that say?
I don't know. I can't read
Something happened.
Something happened.
Thank God we have the mirror. One of the cameras has fucked up. I bet it says memory's full.
Yeah, it does.
And I deleted 2 episodes before we started recording.
Yep.
Well, good thing the other one has both of us on it.
Yeah.
I literally deleted 2 episodes before we started recording.
Well, there's probably some artifacting or something in there.
How do you get rid of that?
You gotta look it up. I don't know.
I don't know how to do that.
It's like what happened with the SD card.
We've got to have cameras dedicated to this. Guys, we need a producer on the show that knows how to run some equipment. If you're willing to come on this goddamn show and be a producer,
do it for free.
Do it for free for just 6 months. Once this show blows up and we're making money, I will pay you more than I'm paying myself. Come on the show. You got a young guy out there that you ain't doing shit. You live in your parents' house.
I mean, I don't know when that turned off, but it was definitely recording for a while. So.
Damn. Well, thank God that the camera that's recording both of us is still rolling.
That's true. So otherwise it'd be a waste.
Yes. What a fucking crazy bullshit. Damn it. So yeah, we've got a ways to go. We've got a ways to go before we get this show right. How do you get a camera that's just dedicated to the show? What kind of camera do we need? The cameras I've looked up are like $1,000 fucking dollars.
I don't know. The cameras I was looking up for this.
Come on, iPhone.
Not that much.
iPhone. How can I delete 4 hours of footage and not have enough time to edit to record this?
If you got an answer for that, put in the comments.
Yeah. If anybody could leave a fucking useful comment for once. Please let it be this time.
Or any comment.
It's not fair. We need more from you. Somebody, can you please tell us what camera we need for a podcast, for a 2-hour podcast that will record all in one segment instead of 29-minute clips that you have to link together? Can anybody give us some hints?
I was looking at DSLR cameras.
Yeah, they're fucking expensive.
They're like $500 or $600.
Yeah, that's the cheap ones. Yeah. That's the cheap ones. Fucking drinking all the whiskey and saying fuck the show. This is where it's at. Where did I rank Barrel last time? I'll tell you.
You ranked it higher.
I'll tell you where I ranked it last time. Last time I ranked Barrel a 7. This time I ranked Barrel a 7.7. So pretty close. Pretty damn close. It was my second place. It was my third place last time. Old Scout was my second place last time.
It's funny.
It's alright. It was yours tied for second place last time.
The Old Scout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tied for
third,
Oak
right?
and Eden.
Yeah. I remember Oak and Eden being second.
That's weird that last time and this time you both had... you had 2 tying for second. Oh, it's because you don't do decimal points.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't know. I got this, what is this? What kind of camera is this?
Overall, our episode last week that we lost was far superior to this week.
Kick Tech.
Do you agree? You don't even remember what we talked about, do you?
I mean, we talked about this.
But we talked about a lot of other shit, too.
Yeah, I don't remember what we talked about.
We went on like a tangent.
What was it about?
I don't know.
Shit.
It was good, though.
What was the tangent about?
I remember it being really good.
Fuck.
It was good. Because it went 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Well,
Who knows?
I was trying to stream. Like, I brought that up.
Yeah, but that was nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't anything.
That was nothing.
I mean, you can follow me on X. And,
follow him on X.
yeah, follow me on
What's
X.
your name on X? How are they going to follow you on X? Did you put the link in the description of the video?
No, it didn't.
Then how the fuck are they supposed to follow you?
Supposed to just know.
Guys, you have to fucking know who this is.
At Majin Chris 2000.
Oh, you're still Majin Chris.
Of course
I like it.
am.
Yeah, I like it. Majin Chris. You should be Majin Tuck, is what you used to be.
No, Majin Chris was first. Because the
Oh.
reason why it's Majin Chris 2000 is because I tried to get an email that was Majin Chris, but that was already taken. So it was the year 2000, so it recommended.
So you've had this email for 24 years.
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, you know what I found out this weekend? They don't make these like float fill valves anymore for toilets. Yeah. That was interesting. They don't make them. I went to go try to find one.
You gotta have the stem float.
Yeah, you have the stem float now. Yeah, had to upgrade my toilet.
I could have told you that.
No,
You can still find them.
I couldn't find it.
You gotta order them online.
Well, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I just went and got it from Lowe's.
Right.
A replacement.
And the old ones are superior in my opinion than
Really?
the stem floats. Yeah.
The stem one's pretty cool.
Yeah, but they actually break a lot faster.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you can set the water levels and stuff.
I mean, you could do that with the old floats.
Kinda.
Yeah, you can do it.
A little bit.
Yeah. The new ones, it's just they get stuck. After they get old, they get stuck.
Oh, really?
And there's no way to...
Like grease them up?
Yeah, you can't grease it up. You can't grease it
You
up.
can get like waterproof, like
No.
something's gonna...
No, it doesn't work. It just makes it stick even more.
Yeah.
And the gaskets are all garbage. They all leak.
Oh, really?
If you try to replace the gasket, you can't do it. You got to replace the whole thing.
Oh,
The old ones, you could replace the gasket.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
you got to replace the whole stem.
Shit.
It's fucked. They do it on purpose. It's all... We've talked about this before. What is it called? The
Right to repair.
The what?
Right to repair.
The right to repair? It's
yeah.
more like the timeline.
Built-in obsolescence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're forced.
You're forced to buy something instead
Yes.
of repairing whatever it is.
Right.
Which, like...
For 35 cents for a gasket or $15 for a float.
Yeah, it definitely depends on what it is, right? So, like...
Everything.
Well, hang on. So, back in the day, like, a TV used to be, like, a crazy amount of money, right?
Yeah. A good TV.
Like, a good TV...
A Zenith.
In, like, the 60s.
Yeah.
Like, back when you could, like... Pull
$700
in 1960, right?
was the equivalent today to like $4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but they were the type where you could, like, work on them.
Yeah, pull the tubes out, replace the tubes.
Yeah. So that sucks. So like TVs now, you can get a 60-inch TV for like $300.
And just throw it away when it breaks.
You just throw it away.
There'd be no point in fixing it.
Right, exactly. If you even could fix it.
You probably could, but it would cost more than the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
There's still 2 TV repair shops in our town.
Really?
In Greensboro. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe they fix like...
The old stuff?
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense, would it?
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a small market out there of people that still like CRT TVs, like for retro gaming and stuff. Because, like, the best quality, like, if you have a Super Nintendo or one of those old consoles, like, the best way to play it is on a CRT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But like, the right to repair stuff...
Those
like,
tubes are worth a fortune nowadays.
I'm sure. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
they don't make them anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say, who makes them?
Nobody. And you can use them for a lot of different cool shit.
Well, it's basically a transistor.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that, what's it called? The punk.
Steampunk?
Steampunk.
Yeah.
They, like, build all the shit with all the tubes, and there's, like, it lights a light bulb at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
Very overpriced for what they are.
Yeah.
But it is very cool.
I would say, going back to the right to repair stuff, like, it starts to become a problem when it's not like a consumer good, like a TV or something, but when it's like your car or tractor, like one of the more famous ones is like tractors, like farmers like buy John Deere or Case or whatever it is,
or a Ford,
or New Holland, right? And like the tractors have all this equipment on it, and they have diagnostic tools, but they won't sell it to the public, and so it kind of forces people to have to go to the dealer in order to fix something.
It's been that way since the beginning, though.
And there's always been like repair manuals and stuff.
Yeah, but we're at an age you can still get them now. You can still get the repair manuals now. You just don't have the knowledge to do the repair, or you don't have the technology, because you can learn how to do it, but if you don't have the computer and the software to fix the problem, there's no way to fix it. Yeah, you have to go to the dealer.
I just think that they ought to be able to sell these diagnostic tools so you can work on it yourself.
They do.
Yeah.
They're $6,000 to $10,000 for the diagnostic tool.
I don't know. I remember watching. It was like a 60 Minutes thing, where like they were basically like refusing to sell these diagnostic tools, and like it'd be like a software glitch or something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean there's ways to get that software. It's just either illegal or very expensive.
Yeah.
But there's definitely back ways to get through it.
So, what do you think? Have you heard the rumor that Pontiac's coming back?
That rumor's been around for about 8 or 9 years now.
Ever since they closed?
Yeah.
So here's the thing, though. So, in the last issue of Car and Driver magazine, there was a full-page ad that had, like, we're Pontiac, and maybe I should pull it up. But,
yeah, but what would they...
There was a full-page ad on Car and Driver.
Pontiac has lost so much market share.
Huh?
They lost so much market share in the last 10 years that they were around, that what do they have to offer us?
Well,
you remember the G8 GT?
Those were good cars.
You remember the GTO?
It was a good car, too.
But what else? That's it.
The 3800, supercharged 3800, that was a good motor.
But and what was that in?
The Grand Prix GTP.
Oh, that was kind of prior to their last.
Yeah.
The last.
Well, I mean, the best looking one of those was like 2000. Like later on, like,
yeah, but they
got a little bigger.
They can't come back out with the Grand Prix and the fucking G6 and G8.
Oh, it'll probably be a Firebird.
And they gotta have an electric car.
You
can't come back into the space without an electric car. And the
yeah.
Firebird, they had a what's it called when they have a car that's not real but it's concept car. They've had the Firebird concept car like forever and never came out with it.
Yeah. And there's that company in Charlotte that does like the body kits for Camaros
to make it look like a Firebird or a GTO.
Yeah, so here's the... Hopefully I can read it. But, there's the ad. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, crop it in or whatever.
Yeah, I'll zoom in. You got to do a little longer than that, though.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
I'll have to freeze frame it.
Yeah. There's like a glare.
Son of a bitch. You would think we'd be more professional after 15 weeks in. Pontiac's not coming back. I hate to burst your bubble, Chris, but Pontiac's not coming back.
Pontiac fans, it's been a weird 15 years since we left, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Now we can't definitely say that Pontiac's absence influenced the events we have all been through, but come on. Caffeine comes out of Four Loko. Caffeine comes out of Four Loko. Now it's in lemonade. Everything on the road looks like an Aztec now.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Nothing looks like an Aztec.
Everything's a crossover, though.
Nothing looks like an Aztec.
Just like an Aztec.
Chris, Aztec's the ugliest car ever made.
It's starting to, like, gain some...
No. Nothing looks like an Aztec. They're full of shit. Nothing looks like an Aztec.
You need us. America needs us. The future needs us. So Pontiac is back. Our first model is a hybrid. Surprise? Well...
Not surprised at all.
Well, it uses a battery and electric motor to start a 667 supercharged 372 cubic inch V8. So, like, basically what they're describing there is a starter, right?
Dude.
It's like every car is a hybrid, right? Because you use a battery, do a starter, start an engine, you know.
They lost me at everything looks like an Aztec. I'm sorry, but no, the fuck it doesn't.
I understand what they're saying there.
What? The Mitsubishi Eclipse looks like an Aztec now? That's it.
Not like crossovers.
What? No,
like
crossovers don't look like Aztecs.
They
Aztec's the ugliest car ever made.
They kind of look like Aztecs.
Aztec's the ugliest car ever made.
I mean, you're not wrong, but actually, I would say PT Cruiser.
PT Cruiser comes in second place to the
So?
Aztec.
I think it's still around.
No. Everything looks like an Aztec.
They
should be reprimanded for that statement.
And
that
we
is
think you're
fucked.
going to want one because what else are you going to do? You can't buy a new Dodge Challenger and leave the splitter guard zone anymore. Don't worry, we've got you. Our new car's entire front end is a splitter guard. At Pontiac, we're here to offer a future filled with V8s, great sounds, gold pinstripes, window louvers, and if someone shouts "last call," we'll just smuggle in some cores from Colorado and keep the party going. Make some noise, Pontiac is back. Disclaimer: do you need to be told that this advertisement is fake and not to take it too seriously? Our lawyers think you do.
So it's fake.
Well, here's the thing. This is why it's making the rounds. Is that General Motors owns the trademark Pontiac, right?
Here's the thing: if Pontiac went out of business, and GM owns Pontiac, which they've owned them since the 70s.
No, they owned Pontiac since like the 20s.
Oh, well, either way, if Pontiac went out of business and they come back out saying they're still not in business, Pontiac's been evaporated. What's it called? They're gone. They're not still around.
No.
So how can you say, "Oh, we're coming back"? You would have to reestablish the entire company.
Not really. It's just a brand.
So change the brand.
It's just a brand.
Nobody wants Pontiac.
I want Pontiac.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You just want the old Pontiac. You want an old fucking Grand Prix.
I like the G8s too. The G8 was pretty sweet.
I'm talking like you want like a 80s Pontiac Grand National.
That was a Buick.
But same thing. Right? Same thing?
Yeah, but I mean, I think Pontiac was coming out with some really good stuff at the end. No. And for some reason, the American market wasn't buying it. And
nobody was buying it.
Yeah. I don't know why either.
What was the last good car Pontiac made?
The G8.
G8 GT.
Yeah. V8 rear-wheel drive, 4 doors.
And that was in 2007?
7, 8, yeah.
Yeah. It's gone. It's gone. There's no coming back out with that. It's gone.
So here's the thing. GM owns the trademark for Pontiac and the Firebird emblem and all that stuff. So the thought is that this is like a teaser to like generate some like...
It's a teaser.
To generate some, some people talking about it, to try to kind of gauge what the,
I don't like it.
Reception is.
I don't like it.
I like it because think about it. It makes sense in the market because the Camaro's dead, right? So Chevrolet makes all your grocery getters.
Why is the Camaro dead?
So they can bring back Pontiac.
That's the only reason?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. They were kind of lackluster there at the end. Like when they first reintroduced the Camaro, the big selling point was it was 100 more horsepower than like the Mustang.
But the only difference is now, since the Charger is fully electric, is that the Camaro is going to come back out fully electric.
The Charger isn't fully electric.
I thought it was now.
No. So there's 2 versions of the Challenger. Well, I guess 4 really, right? There's like 4 versions.
But they discontinued it. They discontinued the gas-powered Charger.
They discontinued the Hemi V8.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's new?
They have the Hurricane V6. It's a twin-turbo V6. That's going to power the new Challenger, and the Challenger is going to be offered in a 2-door and a 4-door.
Challenger 4-door?
Challenger 4-door.
No Charger?
No Charger.
No way.
And
what the fuck is going on?
There's an option. The electric model is like an option, right?
So it's an upgrade.
You can choose. You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. What's faster?
What's faster?
You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. What's faster? You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. What's faster? You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. What's faster? You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. What's faster? You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. What's faster? You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. What's faster? You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. What's faster? You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. What's faster? You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. What's faster? You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. What's faster? You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. What's faster? You can choose either a twin-turbo V6 or electric. W Probably the electric's gonna be faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, twin turbo V6. That's new.
Yep.
That's very new for Dodge.
But they do have the electric motor. Like they made it so that it makes a noise, like when you rev it.
See, that's what I don't like.
You know, I like it.
They came out with this a couple years, like 3 or 4 years ago. The prototype.
The concept, yeah.
The concept.
Yeah.
And I do not like the fact that you're in an electric car and you're like, ooh, but it sounds like an engine. I just don't. I don't buy into it.
The thing is it's not like a speaker. It's not like they took
it's
a
like
speaker.
a reverberation from the electric.
Yeah,
engine.
it's like air moving over some stuff to make a noise.
It's like you spent so much time
like doing that,
producing this or designing it, engineering it.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like
it's a fad.
It's kind of like with the CVT transmission, like making them so that they have a gear.
It's a fad.
And it's kind of like, it's just for the end user to kind of feel better about themselves.
Chris, if Pontiac comes back, I'll pay you $100. I'll give you $100 bill if Pontiac comes back.
I'll use it to put a down payment on my Firebird.
I just can't believe Pontiac's gone.
See,
let it go.
See, that's where
GM, let it go.
No, don't let it go. Because I think that with the Camaro being gone, I think that is an opportunity for Pontiac to...
Camaro's not gone.
Get into the market.
Camaro's not gone.
Camaro's gone.
So they said the Charger and the Challenger were gone.
Yeah.
But they're not.
But in the same...
According to you, they're not. So Camaro's not gone. Because Camaro is direct competitor to the Challenger Charger. Direct competitor.
Really the Challenger.
Yeah, but still, the Charger is the Challenger, just 4-door.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, basically.
So unless they come out with a 4-door Camaro, which is also they've also had a prototype of, or a concept car of, and it was ugly as it looked like ass.
Yeah, that 4-door Challenger doesn't look good either.
In my opinion, the Camaro since year 2001 to now is garbage. Well, the ZL1 maybe a race car that's different, but every other iteration of it is garbage.
I don't know.
It's never been the same as the Super Sport from long ago. It's never been the same.
I don't know.
Or the Z28.
That 2011 model, when they came back out with them, they quit making they quit altogether in 2002.
All the way to 2009 or 10.
Something like
9
that.
or 10.
But when they first introduced them again,
garbage.
They had 100 more horsepower.
Garbage.
100 more horsepower.
Doesn't matter.
Like garbage. Ford had their
but they were actually garbage. Like the quality of the car was garbage.
Yeah.
Do you even see any? None. You still see Mustangs from that era. You don't see Camaros from that era. They're garbage. They were made like garbage.
I feel like from that era, I'll see about as many.
No way. You don't see any Camaros from that era.
I see more S550 Mustangs than I do the prior gen. Like those things are all over the place.
Yeah, they are. It's true.
Which I mean is a good platform, but
it is a very good platform.
I don't know that the thing is like when you look at the physical size of the engine, like the Coyote versus like an LS, like the Coyote's a good platform. People are making horsepower out of it and stuff, but it's so massive.
So much
better.
So
it's like double overhead cams and stuff.
So much better.
So huge.
It's such a good engine.
I don't know. LS1's kind of like, which I mean, it's probably not going to be an LS in whatever future variant they do.
In my opinion, the Coyote engine is unbeatable except for the GT350, which has the... I can't remember what it's called now.
Like Godzilla?
The Godzilla. Is that what it's called? The Godzilla engine.
I thought... Maybe we're getting monikers mixed up.
Maybe. That fucking Coyote motor, dude, it's hard to beat.
People are doing good things with them, so...
Yeah, and you supercharge it for 770 horsepower.
It definitely seems to be more of a reliable engine than
Way more.
That EcoBoost they came out with.
Yeah, the EcoBoost is garbage. Garbage. The transmission that came with it's garbage. It's garbage.
Whatever that one that they put in the
first
Bronco.
Oh, I don't
like
know what they put in the Bronco.
the more powerful Bronco, that EcoBoost, that one's pretty bad.
What's in the Raptor Bronco? Just a Coyote motor?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What'd you say?
Ford's 5.0 is... I mean, even when I had my Camaro back in the day,
Yeah.
the 5.0 fucking Mustang was still tearing my ass up.
Well, I mean...
Smaller engine, more torque.
Yeah, the Fox Body Mustang had that second gear.
Yeah.
Where you just pull away.
God, it really did.
Yeah.
Really did pull. But the Camaro was put together a lot better. A lot classier car.
Yeah.
Of the time. Looked better. I don't know if it sounded better. Some of those Fox bodies really fucking sounded good. I think it was just a classier car overall.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick today over a Mustang or a Camaro, I'd pick a Mustang every time because the Camaros are garbage. I've driven. You can't see out of the windows.
That is one of the biggest complaints that I've seen with the newer Camaros is the back windshield.
You can't see anything. You can't see out of the mirrors. You cannot see anything. You're in just a fucking box. The Mustangs are so much classier.
Yeah.
They just are classier cars.
There's so many of them though.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it is in every generation of every car though.
Yeah, I got it.
Always.
Getting text from work.
Work? You gotta go in? You gotta go fix something?
Yeah, probably.
Well, we only got one camera recording at this time. Did you hear that?
Yeah, was it there?
Static. I think your phone had some interference.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, you hear that?
Huh.
It definitely had interference with the...
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. So, unfortunately, our last episode, we really did get into some deep shit about completely other topics that we've lost forever.
Yeah, I guess so. We can always go back and listen to it.
Yeah, but damn, what would we do with it?
I don't know.
Nothing.
I don't know.
Dub it over.
Yeah, right.
We'll have us sitting here like...
you have the audio behind it.
Yeah. I think we might have actually talked about Mustangs last time.
Maybe. I know we did one time.
I think we touched on them.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyways, now that we've ranked all our shit completely opposite of last time, I still like this barrel. And I think the Magnus might have lost some, I think it lost a little bit of its...
Lost a step.
Yeah, from being open, which is nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Where did you rank the Magnus this time?
Second. Yeah, like I said, it's not far off.
Oh yeah, you did rank it second. Well, you tied it for second with Redemption.
Okay. And I had Redemption third.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how long has this episode been going?
Hour and 55 minutes.
That's pretty good, right?
Yep.
It's an episode.
You good?
Are we done with it?
I think we're
Is
done.
there anything else you want to talk about?
Can't think of anything.
Nothing?
Gonna be stretching.
We done, motherfuckers.